Hey, how's it going? With Chris's Comments right back here again. This is one of the shows where it talks about common ground on common sense, no matter what the subject. And today's subject is, it's a doozy. It hit all of us kind of strange. Yesterday, we were told by our governor down here in Texas that the mask mandate has been lifted. And that everybody can open up their doors, every business can open up their doors to 100%, which is a mind freak because of the simple fact that, we've already gotten accustomed to wearing the masks, and to hell with 100%. We got elbow room now, we got breathing room, and now all of a sudden we have to deal with this crap, congestion and crowds like the way we used to before the pandemic. Now, I am not representative of anybody. I'm talking from a lowly guy's point of view. I'm giving these comments during my breaks as a rideshare driver. Okay? I'm really nobody. I'm really just a little fish in a big barrel. Little fish in a big pond. And I listen to everybody that jumps back here and talks to me and talks with me and all this stuff, shares their information. So I am not alone. As this little guy to all of you out there, I am not alone in saying, what the hell? We are going still through a pandemic. We've lowered the level of infections and deaths, and for some oddball reason, our governor wants us to walk around without any masks, and it seems like the most idiotic thing in the world. But aside from that, this has forced me to come back onto the comments and try to spread this message out there to everybody of what I said earlier this month. We're in the first week of March. Earlier in last month, in February, I had claimed that there should be a ruling that every anti-masker and every anti-vaxxer should have it publicly notarized. No differently than we do when we're saying we're a donor or not a donor on our identifications. It needs to be publicly notarized badly. Because somebody like me that's just a lowly worker, I'm not old enough to get it because I'm still nowhere near a senior. And I'm not young enough to get it because I haven't seen a school in a long time. The only time I go to a school these days is when I'm picking up a rideshare requester. That's it. So I don't really have any access. I'm still waiting, no differently than everybody else is out here. 1.5 million people just in San Antonio alone, and just a couple of 100,000 that's been getting it. Honestly, the people out there that are still skeptical and still thinking that this is a hoax, and still having no faith in our vaccinations because they think it's going to give them Bell's palsy or whatever. You people need to notarize it. You need to be publicly notarized as an anti-masker, especially an anti-vaccine. Because it's only right, it's only fair, it's just, and it's the right thing to do. Because what I've also noticed, a couple of people that have it, I'm not going to mention their names just yet, not unless they want to start something with me. I'll expose them. I got no problem with this. But there's a couple of Texans out there that have already said, oh, I'm not going to believe in this crap. And then about 2 weeks later, they come out saying, "Ah, man, one of my relatives got infected, and now I've got these symptoms of COVID, and I got to get to a hospital and check this shit out and have it taken care of." And that is total hypocrite. That is total hypocrisy. It's total double standards. What that shows, and it's not just this one, there's a whole crap load of people out there that are doing this, saying that it's a bunch of BS and all this stuff. But as soon as they get infected, they're right there at the hospital demanding that they get the vaccination. Nobody's ever thinking that it's going to happen to them until it happens to them. And everybody's going to say that it's total BS to have to go through anything until they get infected. Until something happens to them, and it's best to go through the process that the rest of us are doing. It's only fair, it's only just, it's just. It is 100% just. Every one of you out there with a vaccine, anti-vaccination, anti-mask, you need to have it publicly notarized. You need to have it written down, tattooed to your forehead. I don't give a damn. Tattoo it to your penis. I don't care. Put it on your buns. Put it on top of the tramp stamp that you got at the waistline. I don't give a damn. Just make sure that you have that publicly notarized, so when the doctor sees your card or your body and views you, he sees that you've got that notarized and knows to give you hydroxychloroquine, or hell, shoot up a couple of droplets of bleach. I don't really give a damn about that either. If that's your cure, then take that. But the rest of us out here who are waiting, who are still getting the stupid message, waiting that we don't have anything to give you, please try again. The rest of us who actually want this crap, who want this injection, who wants this shot, let us have it. Let us have it. It's only just. It is fair. It is 100% fair. It's only just. Make it publicly notarized. Okay? Because none of us are telling you that you should get it. Any more than we're telling you to now, any more than we're telling you to mask up. Now, you don't have that mandate. And there's other people, the stores down here request that we wear masks when we go into their stores. But nobody is going to stop you. Nobody's going to stop the person that goes in there without a mask. It's just going to be frowned upon by the store that they go into. And that's permitted. It is 100% permitted. It's only right that you be left alone. And from this lowly little guy's perspective, it's only right that you publicly notarize yourself as an anti-masker, an anti-vaxxer. And there's nothing new about this before. I've already stated this, and I'm going to say it again. This isn't new. There have been people that have been anti-vaccinations since before vaccinations were around, when it was just nothing but antibiotics. And people were opposing of this. People called it witchcraft and sorcery and all this other garbage, antichrist garbage. And now you've got, it's a hoax to fool people, to control you. Oh. Well, if you really believe that, if you truly believe that, then fine. Make it publicly notarized that you're an anti-masker and an anti-vaccinator. Make it publicly notarized. This way the rest of us who don't see ourselves in this problem with this dilemma, this way the rest of us that are actually waiting to get the vaccination shot, preferably an immunization shot, but first come from one step at a time. The rest of us who don't have a problem with this, get the vaccinations. And you go drink the bleach or something, whatever. Go take that anti-malaria virus. Go take that Go take those heart pills. I forgot what it was that was being called out. There was a heart pill before hydroxychloroquine. There was also one against, I want to say malaria. But I think that was Trump's wife. I'm not too sure. So that's the long and short of it. That's my immediate response. We've got a governor that is just plain asshole. He's just a plain douchebag. And I'll get to that on the next. Thing. There's a thing about him. There's a theory that he's just trying to distract everybody from the fact that he fouled up so bad with his business investments through ERCOT, the Energy Reliable Council of Texas, and or Control of Texas, which, as we now know, they have no control whenever something happens. You know, if it's an ordinary day, then yeah, they've got total control, and they're billing our electricity at whatever stakes that they want. Well, now something bad happened where they actually have to be reliable, and they just dropped the ball. They screwed the pooch. They were just absolutely worthless. So much that the cities had to control rolling blackouts. These people get it for only about 5 hours, and then for the next 12 to 15 to 18 hours, you ain't getting diddly squat. That was going on in my house. That was going on in my parents' house. They are senior citizens. They are old. They were very susceptible to freezing to death. And it's bull crap. The crap that we've got to go through and tolerate. And so, and to top it all off, they were all funded and permitted by our current governor, Greg Abbott. The same guy that's opening businesses, that's letting them get tax-free setups and deregulating them, not letting them pay state taxes in any way, shape, or form, while we, the rest of the people here, us lowly people, from the homeowner in the $300,000 house down to somebody like me that's renting. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but there was some feet that was passing by. It's a homeless man, you know, and he's got to go sign up for a Habitat for Humanity house or even for Hope house. And he's got to agree to all these conditions, which is totally understandable. But you're looking at somebody that can't get back on his feet because of these outrageous taxes, land taxes, mortgage taxes, qualifications, everything to make it very difficult. Restrictions. We're getting restrictions. The business owners are not. And they're all being permitted to do this through Abbott. Through Greg Abbott, who's the same douchebag that's making us, well, not making us, but he's lifting the mandate. So you know there's going to be a couple of hardcore believers, a couple of hardcore followers that are going to try to do stuff and test people and everything because of this. Now again, there should be no reason for any of that, because all the stores are not going to enforce it like the way they have been. They're going to actually let people go in without checking to see if there are masks. They're requesting that we wear it. But if you don't want to, they're not going to stop you. Not like the way they've been doing it for the past few months. And this is, to me, it's just a punk move by our governor. It's total BS. And someday the entire state's going to be able to wake up from it. Right now, the minority who are anti-Greg Abbott, anti-Governor Abbott, who know better, we're a minority right now. We are just completely outnumbered by people that believe in him. So that's what's going on down here. Just thought I'd share that with you. We're gonna be taking caution. I'm still wearing one of my 3 masks. I got one that's that's got coffee on it. It says enjoy your day 1 cup at a time. The other one was this one, the home is where you park it, and I think I already showed this one. The other one was a couple of campers, because that's one of my favorite recreations. So it's really a wonky situation going on right now. The theory is that he's just trying to distract people from keeping up on how we're going to tackle the ERCOT problem. Also, I've also been along with the theory of from other people as well, who just believe that he's been doing land grab schemes, gerrymandering schemes his entire career. So why not let a few, and this is going to sound morbid, and I do apologize, but so why not let a few homeowners catch COVID and die from it? It's more empty space. It's more houses to resell, to jack up the price. It's great for the mortgage industry, the housing industry, and they all give portion subsidies to our governor. So that there are many people that are down here that came from Detroit, Chicago, New York. They know what I'm talking about. They've been saying this since I was a kid. I was born in the 70s, and they've been saying it since I was little, since before I could grasp it, that these kinds of schemes have been going on. It's just that I grew up thinking that it's so far away that it has nothing to do with us, and that it never will be, and we're more than likely going to be long gone, and dead and long gone before any kind of problems like that have happened here in Texas. And as you can see nowadays, where you got this kind of fishy behavior going on with our governor, you got all this kind of land taxes, you got migrations from corporations and businesses and industrial sized businesses coming down here, buying land cheap as all hell, no taxes, while the rest of us out here are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, to having to budget, not just out of a necessity, but not just out of a necessity, but a way of life. It's just incredibly smarter to do that. People working 2 jobs, and a lot of them through broken families. It's now down here now. It's made it to Texas, and this is what we got. We got a governor that says, "Go in and take off your masks," while we're still suffering the pandemic. So, from one lowly guy, one lowly little individual that's been hearing a lot of stuff, that's been collecting all this information, everybody that's in support of Greg Abbott and anybody else, I'm not really saying much about them, because they're pretty much saying the same old rhetoric that you guys are already aware of, that he's making the smart move and that there's nothing to worry about, and the homosexuals and my immigrants, illegal immigrants, they're ruining the country, which of course has nothing to do with mask removals, but it's irrelevant. They're a disease that's coming over here, which of course, if any of that was true, then what the hell are we doing removing the masks? What the hell is our governor doing making us remove the masks if there's such a disease? And we can't give everything away and all this other shit, other stuff. So that's, it's the same old rhetoric. that's going on. Nobody's really saying anything creative. They're just mixing problems together and trying to make it seem like everything is bad, unless you see things their way. Everything is bad. So that's the same old there. The opposite end, the other end, the liberals and all them, everything's bad, but because of the demons that run that run the nation, except for the Democrats, except for Joe Biden, they're not really making much sense, because they're always saying that there's all these people that are doing all these things and all these situations and all these problems, and oh my God, everything, and let's think about the children, and it's okay to be gay, which again has nothing to do with the mask. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to cry, and it's okay to I don't know, butt hump each other, and all this good stuff. That's what's going on the other end. And so, right smack dab in the middle of it all, we got people like you and me who are, just trying to make a living, and hearing this kind of crap. I'm hearing this kind of crap as a rideshare driver. So that's the long and the short of it. There, we've got a whacked out of political move, and we've got everybody that's already choosing their sides. I've chosen a side also. I don't think it's got anything to do with keeping people under control. I think it's greed. I think it's money. I think it's all about the money. Religion is the tool. That's a very promising motto that I go by. That's a very etched in stone motto that I go by. You got Greg Abbott gerrymandering, land grabbing in any way he can, even on a morbid level, letting people die through a pandemic to have more land available, whether there's a house on it already or not, or if it's a corporation or not, or if it's a business or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everything about him is about land and profiting on that. So that's my spiel. It's all about money. And as far as religion goes, you think he's doing a good job. You believe it. You believe it. He does these land grab schemes and says, liberals, I'm protecting you from the liberals, and you believe it. I'm protecting you from the bathroom bill, and you believe it. Religion is the tool. It's what you believe. And that's how he gains more money. It's a profitable, lucrative business. And that's where I stand. That's what I see. I don't see him trying to control you. I don't see him trying to control me. I think he couldn't give a rat's ass about me or you. He only sees an opportunity to make more room for another investor, letting you get sick. He only sees, because he can't tax you anymore. He has to go through a process in order to do that, to raise land taxes, mortgage taxes, see it beneficial, through the Treasury. They can only do that so much, and it's usually like one every 2 years, every 4 years, because during the election or after the election or before the next one, that's good business, but it's not as instantaneous, and it's not going to be anywhere as helpful if there's less and less people putting their houses up for sale. Well, how do they do that? Well, one good way is to make sure that they no longer have it, or they foreclose it, or they just give it up and sell it because they don't want to live there anymore because somebody died. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. You have to look at it through a little bit of a morbid eye, yeah, but it's an ugly reality, and it is a reality. For those of you out there thinking that it's about the power of the rich and the wealthy. Well, sure, that's a benefit. But it's all about being rich. It's all about being wealthy. It's all about the money. Religion is the tool. You'll pray, and you'll pray for him. You will pray for his everything. You will pray for him. And that's it. That's all that it is. So Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, says you don't have to wear the masks. I'm still going to wear them. I still will request my politicians to pitch in, to try to find a way to make a bill to make it publicly notarized, that if you're an anti-masker and an anti-vaxxer, you have it publicly notarized on your driver's license, on your health card, whichever, both. You know, tramp stamp, again, tramp stamp, I'm not going to give a damn. Just have it publicly notarized that that's what you are. So that way when the doctor sees it, he can give you anything other than the vaccination that people like me are waiting for. And everything's coming to crap when it does. For one reason, it's all about the money. Religion is the tool. And that's that. That's my take on it. This little man from Nowheresville, San Antonio, Texas, a nobody, just a worker. You got a lot of hype media out there, and they've chosen a side, and it's more or less for a party or for a social stance. And then you've got me, the nobody that sees things through an entirely different viewpoint. It's all about the money. Religion is the tool. And the only way to see it is through common sense, common ground, no matter what the subject. Despite the fact that I am nothing any different like any of you out there, and you're no different than me. We want to live our lives with as little headaches as possible. That's my scoop. I'm running out of time. It's time to say goodbye. We'll catch you later. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Stay safe. And please don't listen to our governor. Wear the damn mask. Okay? Wear the mask. Practice safe distancing. I especially love it in the grocery stores. For all the times that I wanted to put the space bar in between me and the guy behind me. You know. I know some of you out there know what I'm talking about. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Stay safe. Keep washing your hands. Stay sanitized. Disinfect. Wear your mask. Have a good one. Take care. Chris out.